ナー、皆さんこんにちは、ひろなです。
Hello everyone, and welcome to Black Kuching channel. To our subscribers, thank you, and welcome back. This is a side story of the main series, Nemophila band members' connections before Mayu Session Band. In the previous episode, we revealed that Murata Tamu and Saki crossed paths many times, and during the period of 2015 to 2017, they were among the award winners in the My Goddess voting project. From the feedback, we learned that some fans are not aware of the project. In this video, we will explain more about the My Goddess voting project, covering the person who initiated the project, the motivations behind its initiation, how the winners were decided, and the goal they were aiming for in this project. By the end of the video, we hope you could have a conceptual understanding of the project and its significance to the young generation of female artists at that time. My Goddess voting project was invented and hosted by Beast Magazine, an online web rock magazine active since 2009, focuses on efforts to spread the goodness of rock music and its sub-genres in the Japanese music scene. The project was a brainchild of Beast Magazine's editor-in-chief, Aki Taro Sakurazaka, who is also a vocalist of a rock band, Nazil. The Beast Magazine team had been on the ground to cover various events, and based on observations for many years being on the scenes, this is what Mr. Sakurazaka had said.
The reason why I wanted to organize this event was that I wanted to answer the fans' desire for the bands to grow. Whenever I went to live venues and saw the scene of female rock artists doing everything they could, including merchandising, I had lots of thoughts about it. They're often told, please keep up the good work, but the members of female rock bands are already doing their best. All artists work hard, worry, struggle and strive to break through. They all share the same desire to succeed as artists. However, the reality is that only a few artists are able to connect with the result. Looking at the lineup of the award winners, all of them are artists who stand out from the crowd, at least in the live music scene. In other words, they have made enough individual efforts. Students, for example, may have experienced that when you study hard, result follows. However, it goes without saying that for working people, there are many things in the world where hard work does not lead to results. In many fields in this world, hard work does not always equal success. In society, it is natural to work hard, and on top of that, we need to make results that are recognized by those around us. The same is true for female artists. It is a matter of course to work hard. Without further efforts, they will not succeed. When they are selling goods at a live concert and the fans say, good luck, could we not connect the power of the fans to support them in a different way? That is the story behind the birth of the Beast My Goddess project. As it turned out, my aim was not wrong. I found out that the gems that should lead the next generations are already well vetted from the fans' point of view in the fields.
That was the story behind the My Goddess voting project initiative. The highest level of work ethic is required for any artists pursuing a successful career regardless of their gender, but, if we pay attention to what Mr. Sakurazaka had said and read between the lines, female artists in the Japanese rock music scene might have to deal with more setbacks compared to their male counterparts. The challenges are not related to any form of lacking in any department as a female, but it's a more complicated issue related to their gender, and it is something that can't be overcome by themselves alone. They would need all the support they could muster from the industry's stakeholders just to level the playing field, and give them the ability to rise and fight the perceptions towards female rock artists that have been rooted deep inside the society for generations. Almost in every part of the world, female artists are constantly subjected to judgment of their looks, or lack thereof for that matter. Female rock artists are also exposed to prejudice against their male counterparts. During an interview with Heavy Metal in 2020, Saki of Nemophila acknowledged that allegedly, Aldius, during their early days when all-female metal bands were still a small hype in Japan, often faced remarks that their popularity was mainly due to how they looked and couldn't really play the instruments. It was not strange in those days since Aldius was formed before 2010, the year that marked the new wave of all-female rock and metal band in Japan, and continued to grow until it reached the maturity stage by the end of the decade. That allegation, however, was not an isolated incident, which not only showed some forms of judgment and prejudice against female rock artists, but also another challenge that all female Japanese rock bands need to overcome. In the West, all-female rock bands already became a trend during the psychedelic rock era around the mid-60s with the birth of so-called garage bands, where many teenagers started to form a band. Unfortunately, they didn't get much attention in the rock music history, and often they were seen or labeled as gimmicky or exploitative acts. Of course, some of the female rock bands that time just went with the trend, and didn't actually have a real desire to be rock musicians, but that was also true for some male rock bands. However, only female rock bands were labeled with negativity. During that era, the Japanese music industry ventured into the unknown, and later significantly changed the local musical landscape. While rock music started gaining momentum in the West, and later spread into most parts of the world, in Japan, the idol pop culture started to take shape with, to our knowledge, the first idol group called Johnny's, brought forward by Johnny Kitagawa and his talent agency, complete with the idol recruitment and training system. Idol pop culture in Japan further established its stronghold during the 70s with exposure on national television networks, and continued to grow bigger in the 80s, which is considered as the golden age of idols. Although most young female Japanese audience tend to follow the national trend of adapting the idol pop culture, the rock music scene also saw improvement of female artists' involvement. For example, Etsuko Shina Ayakawa, the vocalist of one of the most successful rock bands, Sheena and the Rockets, established in 1978. Their album Vacuum Pack, which was released in 1979, ranked at number 44 on the list of 100 greatest Japanese rock albums of all time compiled by Rolling Stone Japan in 2007. Female rock artists continue marking their presence on the scene with all-female metal band Shoya. And all-female punk rock band Shonen Knife, both formed in 1981.
Life is so hard, let's take it easy. Change the way of thinking. I hope our songs will be your good luck songs.
The involvement of female artists in rock music and its sub-genres steadily maintained over the years, and decades later in early 2000, we saw great talent like Sheena Ringo. Also, few years before that, there was another spectacular female rock artist, the Japanese sweetheart Nanase Aikawa, rocking the scene as well.